Good morning, everyone. Another beautiful day forming upside. Beautiful day to enter and bring more beauty into. So, is there anybody here from another unity today? Anybody here for the first time? Oh, raise your hand. Okay, we have a gift for you. Yep. It's right down here in the second pew. Very good. And I just got done with a discussion group that made a very, very interesting and important point that however it is you may be going about getting some type of healing for yourself, whatever you're taking and whatever you're given to do, whether it's with doctors or with alternative healing people or whatever, see what it is that you're doing, working, visualize it working for you to bring about that healing that you want. Okay, so you have a wonderful opportunity this morning to open up completely. To the degree that you open up and take in the truth that's being shared here, to that degree you are already on your way to healing. And so look forward to this talk about to be given by Syntysche.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Boulder. Welcome to everyone who's joining us here in-house and everyone who's joining us online. We love spending time with you every Sunday. I want to let you all know about an event that's coming up here in 2 weeks from today, on July 27th. We are going to be showing a movie here titled Resonance, Beings of Frequency. And what it's about, it's exploring the idea of what effects is taking on us as human beings in this world where we are just bathed in electromagnetic frequencies everywhere we go and in everything we do. And it's just an exploration into the thoughts and ideas surrounding that. It'll be $5, suggested love offering to join. It will be followed by a panel discussion with the filmmakers and even followed by small discussion groups in and around this room and in Fellowship Hall. That is at 1 p.m., July 27th, Resonance, the Beings of Frequency. Come check it out.
Good morning and welcome. This is the point in our service which is a call for prayer. We're just going to come in the presence of this room and leave the world outside these doors. And if you have anybody that's facing a challenge in their life right now, we have pieces of paper in the pew in front of you, and you can write their name down. You don't need to put their last name down or the situation that they're facing, because we know that the universe already needs before we ask. Really, this is a process of us recognizing the illumination and wholeness in everyone, that inherent wholeness, that we can always come back to this homeostasis, to this balance. And so we're seeing them that way. We're seeing that wholeness, that healing, whatever it is that they're needing to happen. And it's okay to write your own name down too. It's okay to pray for ourselves as well. And this is Lisa, and she's going to come down and collect the prayers that you write down, and she'll put it in our prayer box, and we prayed over for 30 days here at Unity at Boulder. And they'll be sent to Silent Unity in Kansas City and prayed over for another 30 days. We like to sing this song just to come in the presence of this room. They say to sing is to pray twice, so we ask you to sing with us. You are the air I breathe. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me, and I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for you. So now we're going to invite our entertainment club to come up, and we're going to invite you to sing with us. This is a joy song.
Anybody that wants to sing up here can join us.
You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. You will do amazing things. You will do amazing things. The places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the forward track. You don't need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your light rest for a little while. Sometimes weakness answers come, so you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Now we'll say I. Amazing, amazing. I will do amazing things. Now we'll say we. Amazing, amazing. We will do amazing things. Beautiful singing.
All right, and now we'd like to welcome Rebecca Braxis back onto our stage. Welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Rebecca not only sings beautifully on our stage, but every third Friday of every month, she also does an illuminated sound circle downstairs in the meditation room. It is an absolute transformative, it will take you out of your body for a good solid 2 hours downstairs in the meditation room. It's $30 if you get your tickets online, or $35 at the door, and that's 6:30 this Friday. Rebecca would like to say, join us to rise up through a vocal energy healing sound journey and voice activation. We need all beings on deck to hold the light. Friday night, we are holding that light together and receive a heart and voice activation when you join us. Take it away, Rebecca.
Take a pause with me. Take a pause. with me. It's gonna be alright. Take a pause with me. Let go of the fight. Take a pause with me. Let yourself be free. Take a pause with me. Neutralize what you see. Take a pause with me. Take a pause with me. We are rising up. Take a pause with me. Let faith fill your cup. We are rising up. The grand rising is here. We are rising up. We are changing the script. We are rising up. The scale is about to tip. Take a pause with me. Take a pause with me. Take a pause with me. It's gonna be alright. Take a pause with me. Let go of the fight. Take a pause with me. Let yourself be. Take a pause with me. Neutralize what you see. Take a pause with me. 'Cause we are rising up. Take a pause with me. Take a pause with me. Let faith fill your cup.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. If you don't know who I am, I'm the co-leader here at Unity of Boulder. My name is Syntysche Groverland. And this is a family-run center. I co-lead with my father, Jack, and share the music program with my mom, Norma. Just because I see a lot of new faces today, just get familiar with us. And we just returned from a family vacation, which we haven't done in 2 years because of the rat race and the busyness of life. It starts to just really consume you and you forget how important it is to take that time to take a break, right? To turn off the phone, get away from emails, and obviously you still do it, but to give bigger gaps, like maybe 3 hours away from the cell phone and maybe check the email once a day instead of on the hour, right? We're here with our glass half full finally, and I think it's been running kind of on half empty for a while here because it's just, the times are strange, right? The times are heavy in this world, and of course we left last Sunday after that terrible tragedy in Texas, and obviously that was on the hearts and minds of all of us while we were there because my brothers both live in Austin, Texas, where this all took place. And actually my older brother and his wife lost a friend's daughter. Their daughter, that was 16, actually passed away in that flood. So it was really, while we're there with family, it really brings to consciousness how important it is to hold those we love close, to take that time to play together. And, not just to talk on the phone throughout the year, to take like once a year to really get away from everybody's life. None of us lived there, so we're all joining somewhere else to just eat breakfast and lunch and dinner and hike in Sedona and beautiful trails and laugh our butts off and play like little kids. There's really nothing quite like being with your siblings and your parents. Nobody really knows you like those family members, and to cherish the time that we have together. I don't know that I've enjoyed a family trip as much as I did this one, and I think it's because of the busyness and the pace that my life is asking me to be in. And what's the point if we're not playing too, right? It was a reminder for me, really, to play, right? Are we working to work, and my work is serving, and I'm happy to do it. But even I have to just be goofy, and just not put makeup on and just be, we had 4 dogs on this trip. We all brought dogs, and they were running around this house, and you would have thought that they thought that this trip was all put together for them to have a vacation from their stressful lives, right? Sometimes we think the world will fall apart without us. But the truth is, when we unplug, slow down, and let go a little, the real messages have room to come into our consciousness, right? It's in that silence. I know we do that in our practice, hopefully every day for at least 5 minutes, hopefully more, to sit with one's higher consciousness, to sit with the pace of the heartbeat of the Mother Earth, to let her beat move rhythmically the way it really should be. It's a life of speeding up, and it's a life of distractions. There's enough going on energetically in this world as empaths, and if we're called to this work, we all are. We can feel that subtle, circumstantial depression taking over a lot of our lives. Because if you look to it and you try to find any wisdom within it, it's just all very confusing, very overwhelming. So we have to take to task what we can bring energetically. What are we bringing into the consciousness of this planet and this world, right? Clearing the way for more insight, more beauty, more kindness, more servitude. So often we're trying to figure out what else we need. What else do I need? And we receive a lot more of what we need by giving to others what we actually need. And then it comes back to us tenfold. It's in serving, really. It's in giving that we receive. It says that in the Bible. I don't know if any of you caught Pedro Silva's talk last Sunday. Who was here last Sunday? He was amazing, right? Yeah, he's a great speaker, and I would really encourage you to watch his talk. It was really phenomenal, and I knew it would be, and he'll be back. But he did a talk on, instead of me, what about we? And the whole idea is we're so much better in the collective and in community. There's so much isolation and individualized energy. And so many people are feeling lonely and not connected. And we learn so much when we're around high consciousness people that hold a state of consciousness. When we're feeling a little low, it invites us to move up and meet them. And sometimes we're the low one, and there's one that is there to mirror us and lift us up out of that lower place, because this energy, it can get to us if we're not staying true to our spiritual practice. So my talk today, and the title is The Wisdom of Welcoming. Welcome everything. Push away nothing. This is not just a comforting affirmation. It is a radical spiritual practice. It asks us to sit with life, sit with pain, to witness loss, to breathe through fear. It calls us into full presence with life, not just the parts we like. The journey through life is difficult. Pain is part of it. So we have to stop fighting against the things that are uncomfortable within oneself. A lot of times we might just try to stay busy and keep on the, answering emails and answering texts and do everything to not be with one's truth. And all of our truth is a teacher. All of it is a grower. Charles Fillmore, our co-founder, says life is a school. And life will give you just the right obstacles in your way all throughout your life. You're a forever student on this spiritual path. I know we're all trying to figure out why are we here and what are we here to do and why all this, right? And did you know that we're never going to know? But we're going to get glimpses of what is it all about? Why are we here? For all this discord and discomfort in this world, what we're witnessing, and even maybe in our own personal lives, in our careers, in our jobs, in our marriages. Why the difficulty? Why the difficulty, right? And some would say this is probably one of the most difficult times in this country, in this world, but people that live during other difficult times, wars and depressions, and they'd probably say they lived throughout the difficult times. There's always been hardship. So how do we steer clear of that hardship? We don't. Because the one thing we count on in life, the one thing is a proven fact, is that you can count on change. And change is difficult for most people. The evolution of change is the evolution of our growth, right? And as we become more fluid and adaptable and in connection with flowing with what is, instead of pushing up against the things that scare us and not wanting to move in the face of that. When we are in the face of things that scare us, make us fearful, make us afraid, that very thing you can know and be sure of. That is from the universe. That obstacle is the school. And it probably looks very similar to other obstacles you've faced before, and you avoided and detoured and did everything to avoid it. But when we stop avoiding that thing that brings up this, and sit with it. What is this thing that's in our face right now that we need to move up and overcome, as they say? We overcome it. It's a consciousness growth. It's a quantum leap. It's an opportunity for miracles, for a new you, the death of an old self and the beginning of a refreshed, renewed lens of a life that can be incredibly beautiful. It says that pain plus resistance equals suffering. Instead, we're invited to come back to reality, to stop fighting circumstances and let life flow through us. Acceptance is not passivity, it is spiritual courage. So the wisdom of welcoming. Have you ever heard that statement? The wisdom of welcoming. Welcoming, right? So when we are assured in our time of silence, in our time of quiet, of listening to one's heart, to opening up and saying, okay, Spirit, use me. Let this energy be the fuel through me. Let this higher consciousness, let this knowledge that I was born with and as, and to remember the best version of myself, to move in this fluid way and welcome all of it. All of it. Ram Dass, a beloved spiritual teacher and author of Be Here Now, once said that his stroke became one of his greatest teachers. He was left partially paralyzed and nearly speechless. He learned to dwell in what he called loving awareness. From that place, he could embrace even the most difficult experiences with grace. Welcoming everything means letting life touch you, even when it hurts. Letting life touch you, even when it hurts. So, when you all were listening to these floods and about what happened last weekend, and I'm sure it found its way to you, different details of different aspects. And I know a big part of what was so painful was all the young children that lost their lives in the middle of the night. I found myself just grieving the loss of cherished children of parents that are now, their lives will never be the same. I just basked in that. I was in Sedona. I just felt it. I allowed it have a current in me. Because we are all one. Who felt that innately as if you lost a child? You could relate with what those parents were going through. That's called empathy. That's called intuition. When you're really feeling, not that you want it to take you away because we have enough problems in our own lives, but when you feel something from perfect strangers, a loss like that, it shows the depth of the beauty of your heart. Because you recognize we are all in this together. We're all in this together, and it's better when we're in this together. So there is no letting go without first letting in. We do not heal by pushing pain away. We heal by holding it in love. As Marianne Williamson teaches, the practice of forgiveness is our most important contribution to the healing of the world. And it starts with ourselves. I'm going to give you a little astrology temperature right now. This weekend, this last Friday, the full moon was in Capricorn. And this was an intense full moon for sure. This moon is illuminating suppressed emotions. It's not been a fun one. It's going to reveal where we have been over-responsible and we've been doing things out of obligation. This is not easy stuff, right? It's one where we're going to weed through. Also, it's going to illuminate where we've been denying our own desires, our own self, our own callings, our own things that light us up and turn us on, right? This is a very serious Saturnian moment in time. Saturn is going retrograde today. Saturn begins it around 2, marking a slowing down phase of introspection, responsibility review, and structural reassessment in our lives. Think of it as hitting pause to reflect. So let's check in. Let's ask ourselves a few questions and see how this is affecting. Who's felt that it was kind of an emotional weekend where you're noticing where you were, you could feel it was kind of a heavier energy? And were you recognizing where you were feeling overly responsible and denying what you really desire? Right? Check where you're pushing ahead too fast without a plan is what this Saturn going into reverse. Reevaluation commitments, boundaries, and long-term goals. That's what this time is about as well. Use this time to shore up foundations, whether personal, professional, or spiritual. While it may feel frustrating like driving with both brake and gas pressed, that's kind of what this energy is, it's actually a valuable chance to correct course before moving forward. In short, slow down, reassess, and strengthen your path. It's not a setback, but a strategic realignment. It's funny, when we start to kind of follow astrology, it might land for you and it may not. But it's kind of fun to get a pulse on the universe a little bit. It's kind of a little bit of a language of the universe, of what's going on at different phases and different spells. You might think it's woo-woo. That's fine. I just like to add it because people tend to like when I bring it in. I haven't in a while. So it's important to know that this is a time of growth. Full moon in Capricorn, if you know Capricorn, Capricorn is a very organized sign. It's very intellectual. It likes things to work in a certain way. It's more of a type A personality, right? And if you're a creative, which I'm a Libra and I'm very much a creative, it's like, ugh, I can feel my fluidness just like, I don't like it to be, I don't like a set of plans to live within. I like to break rules, right? So that's what I'm kind of feeling. So it's kind of fun to look at it that way. So from wound to salvation, that's kind of what this talk is about. There's an old spiritual teaching, from the wound comes the salve. Wherever your deepest wound lies, there also lies your doorway to grace. The wound is not a curse, it's your curriculum. Charles Fillmore, our core founder, says it this way. Oh wait, I was going to show these pictures of our family on our trip. Those are the dogs that thought the vacation was for them, and the teenagers that were all along with us. This is my family chatting, having a beautiful time. And Sedona is really a beautiful place. Just so you can get a grasp of our family. It's really there to not say, look at all the fun we had. I'm trying to encourage is go have some fun. Go play, right? Let's go enjoy our life. So Charles Fillmore, our Unity co-founders, taught that salvation is the restoration of your spiritual birthright. The awakening to your divine inheritance. Not because you were bad, but because you forgot. The awakening to your divine inheritance, not because you were bad, but because you forgot. And so it's calling us to remember. What are the things we can do to stimulate remembrance of our divine connection with love, with Source, with Spirit? Use a word that makes you feel loved. God is fine too. But I know some people have triggers around that word. What are the things that could help you feel more connected? Like to reflect on something that's happened in the last month. Can you come up with a thought of where you said, that could not have happened without God? Maybe a small miracle. Maybe something where you're like, wow, that synchronicity was so right on, so completely like, boom, where you got chills. You got a sense of something otherworldly happening and taking place in your lives. Do you want to share? Okay. Thank you. Wow. So everything fell into place with someone that's facing a difficulty in their life, and she witnessed all of the right timing of everything to come around where it could have been really bad news, and it turned out to be really great news, and everything worked out. So when we take the time to reflect on, they're never little miracles, but even the smallest things, like the synchronicity when you were going to call your child and they called you, right at that moment. You know, that moment where an animal crosses your path when you're deeply contemplating some, divide, some direction change in your life, and you look up the totem and it's exactly what you needed to hear. You needed validation. You needed some sort of a nudge to help you step into this next phase of life. Becoming extra aware, frequency-wise aware, that everything is always working out for us. Everything is always in divine order. If we start to look through a lens that is the case, that even the difficult things are gifts, because it's unfolding a life that you've been praying for and you might have not realized it, right? So you are not here to prove your worth. You are here to remember it. When I'm being called to center and reinvigorate my spiritual connection, to frankly remember who I truly am and why I'm here in terms of spiritual unfoldment personally, I contemplate the prayer of St. Francis. It just stands out to me. This one I can resonate with. So it's an interesting thing. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. When's the last time you felt like you were an instrument of the universe's peace? This opening is a surrender. The speaker isn't asking for peace for themselves. They're asking to become a vessel, a tool through which divine peace flows to others. Do you see that difference? When we want more love, we have to give more love. And that's the funny thing, is we do the exact opposite. When we want more love, we withdraw our love. And it's just a natural thing, right? This is where spiritual tools course correct how we deliver in this life, and you'll watch that it's so much more fulfilling when it's from this giving, right? Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there's injury, pardon. Where there's doubt, faith. Where there's despair, hope. Where there's darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Each line asks to bring healing into the suffering of others. Notice the verbs, sow, pardon, bring. These aren't passive wishes. They are acts of will and choice, practiced outwardly. But in doing this, remember our own deepest identity. Love reminds us we are not hate. Forgiveness reconnects us to wholeness. Faith, hope, and light arise not from external fixes, but from internal truth being shared. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. This reverses the ego's default. We usually seek to receive, but this prayer flips the direction. It shifts us from self-centeredness to self-offering, not to deny the self, but to transcend it, realizing we are bigger than our needs. We are channels of divine love. And in choosing to console, understand, and love others, we actually experience those very qualities flowing through us. This is where we begin to remember who we really are. Not isolated beings, but expressions of something greater. For it is in giving that we receive. Let's say that to yourself. It is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. These are spiritual paradoxes. In giving, we are not depleted. We are fulfilled. In letting go of offense, we are set free. And the dying here is not just physical. It is about the death of the ego, pride, and separation. Through that surrender, we awaken to eternal life, our oneness with the divine, with all of life. Have you ever looked at this prayer that way? Look at all that giving. And yet it's a formula. We start to not, a lot of us isolate because we're getting overwhelmed. We tend to withhold or we withdraw. When the very thing, when we are really feeling like the glass is half empty and we really don't have anything to give. Go volunteer. Go do something wonderful. Go give and watch yourself have joy restored to your soul, happiness restored to your life, and healthfulness brought into the homeostasis of mind, body, and spirit. This prayer isn't about fixing others from a place of superiority. It's about participating in love, and in doing so, coming home to our truest selves. So let's think about that. Let's contemplate. Where are you going out in this life and serving something greater than yourself? Greater than the rearing of your children, greater than the giving to your marriage, greater than the giving to your jobs. Is there something even bigger that you've been driving past or has been calling you to come forth and be a part of? That you have something unique to give to someone or to animals or to something. Maybe that's a situation like she was just sharing where you're needed because somebody's facing an illness and you need to start bringing food or you need to bring them to doctors or things like that, things of this nature. to answer the call of this universe. And step out of your comfort zone and step into that which you're being called. Because we're the divine vessel. We are the conduit of which expands and expresses God in this world. That compassion, that love, that sweetness, that goodness. We never feel bad when we serve something greater than our own egotistical, self-centered mindset of what else can I get out of this experience. Because you'll always end up empty. Always. Self-fulfilling never fulfills. But we seek and we search and we keep seeking in that direction, and we just come up empty. And we wonder why we're circumstantially all depressed, trying to find some other avenue to try to get happy, trying to find wholeness, trying to feel alive, trying to feel abundant in all of the ways that this universe can give it to us. And we might just be missing the mark. And in Unity, we know missing the mark is what sin is. Missing the mark is not listening to that which is being called of your soul and its development and its expression. Everyone at their core is inherently whole. Did you know that? So often we sit around with friends, family members that are having difficulties, and they're people that continually have difficulties. And we sit as a reflection and a mirror that is listening to the complaining of them doing the same thing in different ways over and over and over again, and they don't listen to anything that you're sharing to help them. Who knows that person? Are you serving humanity when you're doing that? No. There's a difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy says, I see you. And I see that you have all these burdens, and I see that you're complaining and you have all these issues, and we buy into their victimhood with them, and there's no result that can be ever found in it. Empathy also says, I see you. I'm listening to you. And then when they're done talking about the issue, then you start to evoke and ask questions. Are you willing to grow? Are you willing to change this limitation that you're holding about life and yourself and your expansion? Are you willing to come up to something greater in this life? Because those are the people you want to be around. Those are the people I want to be around. I want them to tell me, you're being a little victim me right now, and it's disgusting. Empathy holds people responsible for how they're seeing themselves and how they're conducting their lives out in the world. That goes with spouses, kids, employees, you name it. When you see people as inherently whole, then you hold them accountable of what they're bringing into your life, into your businesses, into your children's lives, into your marriages, etc. Are you following me? So sympathy, is it good? Is empathy good? Okay. All right. Paul Ferrini says it this way. Seeking someone special to provide the love your parents weren't able to provide will not help. It just raises the temperature in the pressure cooker. And obviously this is all of the above, right? I mean, it's not just about our issues with parents, but we all drag along the baggage of the person or the thing that supposedly broke us. And that's the victim story usually that holds us hostage for our entire lives if we're not going to take to task for what the Christ is as us. You didn't hear Jesus complain. What did Jesus demonstrate? Because in Unity, Jesus is an example of what we're capable of being. Jesus is the mortal who becomes the Christ. We're called to become the Christ. What was the Christ? The Christ was a man that walked with assurance and leadership. People say it's the faith that they were so mesmerized. It wasn't his faith. It was the conviction of his leadership that he knew what he was sharing was true. That these miracles I am working, you will do too. And he'd say, because I go to the Father. So he was a teacher to say, go to the Father. Go to that higher state of consciousness and take to task how you can heal every aspect of your life. He was never saying, be me, don't worship me so that you can get to some distant heaven. What good is that right here and now? He said, heaven is in the midst of you right here and now. But we keep putting it off because the government's going to crap, or this is a wrong in the world, and we just focus on all this low-laden, hard energy stuff, and it's true. That is true. But can we overcome that consciousness and be the call, answer the call for that which God is asking us to be and do vibrationally? Because it's like Velcro. You're going to start attracting all this good. It's going to become a pile where this darkness cannot live in the presence of this kind of light. And it's a collective consciousness that we're growing here, not just our own. The Native Americans always took care of the land for 7 generations down the road ahead of them. They thought bigger than right now. They always cared about the next group of children that were coming to prepare a safe place for them. That's collective consciousness. That is recognizing that I am a part of something that can make a difference for the future of something else besides me. That's servitude. So that's what makes us recycle. That's what makes us make good decisions. That makes us eat healthy food so that we can stay alive longer, so we can be there for our children, keep guiding them during these hard times. Being conscious co-creators with this love is what we're all being called to do. And reflect and see when those miracles are showing up. Be with it. When something wonderful happens, thank you. Gratitude is a beautiful harmonizer and an attractor. You want more good? Be grateful for all of it. Thank you, God. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. This is such an amazing life. I am been protected and directly guided, and I hear the call, and I'm going to answer the call. I'm answering the call. I'm here, Spirit. Use me. Guide me. Know that I really want to be the best version of what you created me as. And I hear you, and I thank you. Guide me, Spirit. Guide me, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Amen.
And now we have an opportunity to give back, restore the balance within our experience, become part of the healing we are seeking by supporting the truth we are embracing. Very simple stuff. That's what the masters say down through the ages. It's in giving that you receive, by making yourself a part of that positive outcome you are actually seeking. Beautiful talk. All we have to do is apply it. So now we have that opportunity. I'm speaking to you that are watching this live stream on a screen. You know, you can make yourself a part of that which you're seeking, the insights, the love, the joy, and the peace that's being expressed here in Unity. You can do that better if you make yourself a part of it by supporting it with your tithes. So do that. Give to Unity of Boulder. Our thanks goes out all the time to the recurring tithers, those that are giving their credit cards so that we can take a small tithe out every month and know more about how much we have to spend. We appreciate that from anyone and everyone. And here today we can bring into our hands that gift we'd like to make to Unity of Boulder. We can express that gratitude through this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. And so it is. And we have the opportunity to listen to Rebecca Braxis share her incredible talent with us once again.
guys feel like singing, you can sing this na 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 part. Na 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 na. Na is a sound that breaks through illusion. Na 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 na. Do you ask your sister? She's doing all right. Or do you leave well enough alone? Do you look inside just a little deeper? Do you look into the shadows, even if it means you're one of the keepers? Oh, this world, it's bigger than what we own. Let no one stand alone. Here we go. Na 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 na. We are one on this journey of light and love. We are one. We are one. Do you hold the children with every moment that you can? Or do you take for granted that they'll just grow up right? And do you ask them why? Believe them when they cry? Oh, oh. Do you stand by them when they kick and scream, even if it means you give up your pride? This world, it's bigger than what we own. Let no one stand alone. Move your voice, move your energy. Na 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 na. That's it. Na 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 na. We are one on this journey of light and love. We are one. We are one. Na 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 na. What have we done today? How have we helped? If peace is the path, then what bricks have we laid down? Oh, oh, this world, it's bigger than what we own. Let no one stand alone. Hey. Na 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 na. Breaking through illusion. Na 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 na. We are one on this journey of light and love. We are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. Thank you for your light.
All right. Thank you, Rebecca. That was awesome. Thank you so much. We want to let you know that we have prayer partners available to you if you're facing a challenge today. They're standing right here. You can just stay seated in the sanctuary and they'll come find you and take you down to our beautiful meditation room and pray with you. I will have my circle discussion group right after the service for about 20 minutes. This is just, we talk about the talk today, or you can talk about something that's on your heart. It's just a nice gathering to build community and enjoy each other. We also have refreshments and coffee in the fellowship hall, so it's another way to have some community as well. So let's all rise and sing "Let There Be Peace on Earth."
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow to take and live in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And a spiritual center that dances together stays together. Here we go.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release in the Spirit and my heart. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more